Well, last night, April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2024, iHeart told us what we already knew. iHeart had their award show, their yearly award show, and they named Cher as the icon. They presented her with the Icon Award. Like I said, they told us something that we already knew. Let's get down to the kitchen table and do some talking about it. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video, and thank you for tuning in to Kitchen Table Talk Live with Spillitboy TV. I am Spillitboy TV. Those of you who know me, hey, those of you who are not familiar with me, come on and get to know me. I'm not actually at my kitchen table, but this is what we actually do. We do kitchen table talk. So that basically means I will say anything. If it crosses my mind and I feel it worthy, I'll say it. I'll say it. So that's that. We have that type of talk like you're sitting at my kitchen table. But anyway, skip all that. We're actually here about an icon, which is Cher. Listen, Cher is definitely one of the people who play a large part in the soundtrack of my life. Like I go all the way back. I'm old, honey, so I go all the way back to Sonny and Cher and all that good stuff. Her clothes with Bob Mackie and just on and on and on and on and on. I've been there my whole life. She's part of the soundtrack of my life. But as I tuned in last night to iHeartRadio's broadcast of their award show, I said, okay, this is cool. Now, let me tell you, it didn't start off real well. It didn't start off real well at all. I said, iHeartRadio, somebody dropped the ball. Call me because you dropped the ball. God knows I love Jennifer Hudson, but all wrong. All wrong. Why would you pull Jennifer Hudson to do a tribute to Cher? Cher don't do all that hollering. Cher don't, it's not even the same. I didn't see it. And I'm going to tell you who I thought would have been a perfect, and again, love Jennifer dearly, but we don't need Jennifer for everything. We don't. Beyonce don't have to do all the tributes. Jennifer Hudson don't have to do all the tributes. Hell, if Beyonce do your tribute, it's going to be done right. Jennifer just completely screwed up. I mean, even down to her outfit. She tried to dress herself in a way, in something that Cher would have wore, like beaded fringe and chains and a leather jacket. Yeah, that's Cher, but that's not you. You look like you were playing dress up. And then we know you can sing, but you don't sing this. This is not what you sing. See, all that has to go into it when you start talking about doing a tribute to somebody, because I wouldn't want to offend anybody. Me personally, if you wanted a big voice that knows when to use it, because that's the problem with Jennifer Hudson. She don't know when to use the bigness of her voice and all the range of her voice. It's not for every song. It's not for every occasion. It's really not. I say, if I had somebody to pick, first of all, I would have picked somebody from the younger generation. That's what I would have done first. And remember, I'm old, but I would have picked somebody from the younger generation. And as soon as I saw Jennifer and how badly she was screwing up, the first person that came to mind, even with the costuming and all of that, because that's all it was, you were playing dress up. You look ridiculous. The person that I think they should have had do it is Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato, I think, would have killed in this tribute to Cher. She would have looked fire. She would have sang her face off. And again, Demi can go high. She can belt. She can do all those things. But Demi knows when. And she knows when to pull back. Cher is one you pull back on. Cher not doing all that screaming and hollering. She not. So once I got through all that, and it was terrible. She did if I could turn back time. I'm like, That ain't even in Jennifer's key. Like that song is way down here. Like, no, not at all. So it was terrible. And I was like, just trying to get through it. Just trying to get through it because it was horrible. I think Demi Lovato should have been there. And then she was just so, I don't know. Jennifer Hudson doesn't have stage presence like that either to be able to do that. I've always said that as much as I love her. She doesn't know what to do when she's on stage. She always seems to me like she doesn't know where to put her hands. And let me move on because I'm making this all about Jennifer, ain't I? But she was messing up the tribute. She was. Anyway, I told y'all I'll say what I want to say. She was messing up the tribute. Cher is completely comfortable on stage. Cher knows what to do with her hands, her feet, her hair, and everything else when she's on stage. So when I get up here and I see stage awkward Jennifer, I was like, even when she introduced Cher, when she got done, Cher came out and sang Believe. And they did it as a duet. Cher sang the first part, then Jennifer brought her behind back to finish screwing up and messed up. She's over singing or screaming over top of her. I was like, girl, shut up! I wanted Demi Lovato. That was it. Demi popped up and I wanted Demi. Anyway, so when she was to say, to bring Cher out and they were starting the music for Believe, she's like, she needs no introduction. And then she walked off. But it was all so stumbly, like she's going to fall down some steps. It was just wrong. It was just wrong. It just did not work out. I didn't care for that. The tribute, I was fine when Cher came on. She looked good. She looked really, really good. She actually talked about it in her speech. The pants that she had on, she said, I've had these pants for 40 years. And I'm like, look at them. They're still stylish, just like that whole cargo pants type of situation with the belts strapped in the back and all of that. So really sharp. She was stoned. Everything was Cher. Everything was Cher. It's the Cher we know. It was the youthful Cher, so it fit in with the iHeart radio. She knows when to. She's been in the business all these years. She knows what to do. Jennifer was just bad. Jennifer Hudson gave me from the time she hit the stage, I was just over it. I was over it. Anyway, so once she left, everything was fine. Before she came, everything was fine. Meryl Streep actually presented the award. So we were cool. Meryl gave us some old stuff because, they're actually friends. I didn't realize, I don't know why, but I didn't realize Cher is 77. 77. Fabulous. But anyway, Meryl Streep gave her speech. It was really cool. Like, it's always cool when somebody brings through an award and the people are actually friends. Because nobody can talk about you like somebody that really, really knows you, not just reading the teleprompter. I love to hear somebody just get up and just really talk their shit. Just say what it is you want to say. And this was one of those moments, which is why I'm here now. Meryl Streep drew us in. Jennifer Hudson screwed us over, but then we got it back. Then once Cher came out, she got the award and she started talking, and she did one of the type of speeches that I love. She said, I just was doing like this speech. I was writing this speech out when I was getting my eyelashes put on. She really didn't have a speech. She just came out and just spoke from the heart. She talked about her mom. She talked about when she was a little girl and how she knew she was going to be she was going to be in the music business and she wanted to be famous and all of these things. And she just said, I was this little person. And when I open up my mouth, this stuff comes out of my mouth and people just seem to like it. If you ever have seen Cher, for my younger people who you are out there, you may not have actually experienced Cher other than maybe seeing a video or that. Cher she could have been a comedian. Well, she was a comedian because her show, when she had her own show, it was all sitcom style clips, and it was just like a Saturday Night Live type of thing. Cher has always been hilarious. She is funny without even trying to be funny. Like, she could literally deliver stand-up with no problem. She is funny. She's been through a lot of things in life, and that makes the best comedians. You can't really be a really fierce comedian if you've never been through anything, because that's what comedians talk about. They talk about their life and their experiences, and they turn it on its side and make it funny. And Cher, she's a natural. So I was totally captivated when she started talking, and I'm like, that's my Cher, honey. Had me over there screaming. But here's the thing that she said in her whole speech, because, and again, she got to it, got off of it, and got off the stage like a professional. But the thing that she said that stuck out to me, and I'm going to leave y'all with this, okay? She said, have a dream. Have a dream and never let it go, because it will probably come true somewhere down the line. And I was like, wow. And it just, that just very simple, very to the point. Again, what you already knew, but sometimes just hearing somebody say it and reinforce it. I don't know. It got me right there when I was watching. So I absolutely loved it. It was actually my favorite part of the whole show. Favorite part of the whole show. I did love, there was a piece in there where Beyonce got awarded as well. And I was like ticked off because I was like, where are Stevie Wonder's handlers? There was no handler. Like, he presented Beyonce with her award, and then nobody came to get him. He was just like there. No one came to get him. But again, see, just like Cher, see how each one teach one, and they bring the other ones along. Beyonce is such a professional, and she is so well raised. Shout out to Tina and Matthew. She's so well raised. Even while accepting her award, she never took her attention completely off of Stevie Wonder while he was up there on stage, because that was not planned. And you could tell it wasn't planned that he was to stay up there with her. Because, you know, at iHeart Radio, there, it's not like, it's just a wide open stage for the most part. And then the stage is in a weird shape and all of that, like a concert. She never took her attention off him, just like she wouldn't have taken her attention off of Blue if Blue was up there. And she was paying attention to him, doing what she needed to do. She never fell out of what I was like, Beyonce, you better do it. But again, that's what makes her who she is. That's what makes Cher who she is. They got a thing, and they just fall into that thing because it's God-given talent, and they're supposed to be in those spaces that they're in. So anybody that's questioning Beyonce and the Chers and the people that we name off as icons, they get named off for a reason. They were actually made for what it is that they are doing, and they should be recognized. But she did. She paid total attention to Stevie Wonder. She took him by the hand, you know, when he was moving a little bit too much. It seemed like he's moving a little too much. She held him by the hand, and then when she left the stage, she didn't leave him. She took him with her. Because I've seen people do that before, where the handler didn't come to get them and they literally left them. I'm like, who does that? Somebody that ain't well raised. But anyway, like I said, what I'm gonna leave you with is have a dream, never let it go, because somewhere down the line it will probably come true. Thank you for that share. I already know that, but again, it sounds good to hear it. And I think maybe I just needed to hear it again. All right, you all. Again, thanks for visiting my kitchen table. And I'll see you back here again later. And feel like